Well,
Sorry, Matt, I didn't realise.
I'm fine.
Hello, sorry.
I'm trying to kidnap a wizard, as you do.
Yeah.
What?
You see, well,
What?
I'm not trusting that this individual isn't just going to go you're annoying, go away and teleport us halfway across the world. So
So how are you going to stop them?
I was going to take a wizard with us that can teleport us back.
Mm. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a critically average adventure, and welcome to this little sit-down supper with teleported croissants that we like to call the Fragments. It's a D&D 5e campaign. I'm playing with my friends, and these are my lovely friends. Hello, everyone.
I'm so confused.
When last time we saw our heroes, they had entered the Great Library in Kcanzacks and met the Archmage Litiana, who Erwin had berated, persuaded, coerced, and used every form of persuasion that they could to wheedle information and
A
help
goblin diplomat.
distance from. And eventually, when showing true sacrifice by actually offering up his badge of office as a token of commitment to his cause, to his beliefs, to the savior of Earl and the people of Earl, and the hopefully defeat of the Maw. She took this very much to heart and softened somewhat, a little, the cold edge, the primness, and offered you to come and have dinner. Now, during the course of that dinner, there has been mostly lots of nom-nom-nommy sounds from Killian, who has had fresh croissants teleported from Mama Oost of Mordencell at request, at great expense, but delicious croissants, Killian. She it's quiet. It's a reasonably civil lunch, and there are a few other people, including the gnomish librarian that you met at the very beginning, who was very, very small and basically was a humanoid raisin. Has also accompanied you, and there's like kind of conversation and chatting around the table. Killian,
nom nom nom, yes.
You notice that Litiana is glancing at you quite often. It's not hard to notice, probably, especially Erwin, you'd notice in this perception, there's a lot of attention being paid to Mr. Norn.
Mr. Norn is nobility, not terribly surprising.
The eyes flicker onto you, and there's kind of like polite closed eye smile, like as you're kind of scoffing things, and she's pleased that you're eating.
I stop with something halfway through my mouth while still chewing food, and I was going, "What?"
Diplomacy is not dead in this one.
It is so good to see someone with such appetite, and one of your kind behaving differently. I've had much different experiences with the Norns previously. It's refreshing.
Okay.
Is that you inciting them?
Yeah.
Come on then, roll an insight check.
Was that an insight? It definitely looked like an insight.
It was like
or initiative. One of the
That's me rolling it. No, that's actually me rolling initiative.
Oh crap.
That's called me casting Mage Hand to steal a croissant from her plate.
Staring her, she's staring at me, staring at her, staring at me. It doesn't realise her entire plate, bowls, puddings, gently sliding along the table.
No. It's gone.
As a tail comes up, it's a prehensile.
We have discussed Killian's prehensile tail.
16.
That's one of the things. That's part of the story. It's not the whole story. There's, yeah. You feel like
Why do I do this?
she's looking not just at you yourself, but like your innate ability with magic.
Yeah.
She's looking at your magic.
She be judging.
She'd not be hating.
Maybe they got a fix.
Sorry?
Maybe they've got a fix for your magic.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm not touching your dice, don't worry. What are you thinking, Killian? Talk to me. Tell me all
I
about it.
think about putting my dice away before you put your cursed hand all over.
This set of dice was rolled 6 natural 20s in a row the other day. Not by my hand, obviously, because I can't roll for toffee, but they did.
Who?
Dan the man. Chilled out bus, cleaning Dan.
A chilled out bus cleaning man.
Don't make me laugh. I'm so full.
Killian, as you're probably in the right state of mind then to this lady. This tall, elongated, flared nostriled gift.
I don't know why you say third nostril.
Because they've got nostrils that kind of go up, they don't have like down noses.
They have slits.
Yeah, like a.
Are we talking like Voldemort's set?
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of, yeah.
A little bit more bone structure around it, less like
Githzeri. Let me show you what a Githzeri.
more skull faced.
Okay.
Yeah, like Skeletor mixed with Voldemort.
Oh,
That's quite accurate.
Like this guy's this is a Githzeri.
oh,
Oh, none of the pictures want to come up big. No,
just show me that one.
yeah, kind of like these kind of guys. They've got a yellow tint to their skin.
Yeah,
Um,
they look like shriveled up raisins. Their heads do anyway.
yeah, and this is more like a Githyanki.
Okay.
So there's two kind of classes of the creature.
Okay.
Same species. Well, yeah, same
So-
species. Really.
There's more to.
Yeah.
There's more behind what she's saying.
You sense that's she's saying that, which is true and honest, but then she's looking deeper, or looking
Yes.
into you, into you, peering at your magic nature, your arcanic forces that surround you.
Says, and
I'm sorry.
why do you keep staring?
You're fascinating.
What is?
There's this. And she kind of gestures to your body, your shape. She kind of glides these long fingers down and they kind of map your shape as she does this. And you can almost feel like her fingers kind of like almost like stroking your magical aura. And she goes, but then there's this. And she points above your head. Or the absence of, rather.
Okay.
What is that? Or what was that?
A knob.
Come again?
Oh, sorry, that tickled me way. It doesn't help. I didn't like him. He was a bit of a knob. So he's now leaving me alone.
But you have a vacancy.
Yeah. Trying to find something to fill it.
Really?
Yeah. One that isn't a giant knob.
Or a crystal.
Or a what?
Or a crystal.
Yeah. Or talking to me through my tentacle things. Or books. Didn't appreciate talking to me through a book.
So you seek a new patron to watch over you.
Yeah. My eyes twitching.
She says,
Probably fair.
I might be able to help you if you're interested in finding something of that sort.
Okay. Oh. Stop twitching.
Which would that be interesting to you? Would you be interested in such a thing? That when we go in, I create the list for you. I could point you in the direction of something that might fill that hole, scratch that itch.
I kind of side glance at Erwin to see what Erwin thinks.
I think Owen's lost in thought. There's so much going on, so many potentials and possibilities. I think Erwin's in a sort of like pushing the food around the plate, lost his appetite sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm completely destroying the food, cutting it, moving it around, coating it in gravy, I'm not actually eating it. So, well, the one of the meal is basically turning into a brown sludge at this point.
It's like when I have a roast dinner.
Ooh.
So I've got my hand kind of under my thing like that, kind of.
So you don't. So you think that Erwin doesn't. So you don't notice. You're too kind of in your own own little world.
Just totally preoccupied.
Yeah. So you don't get a heads up from Erwin.
Nope.
At all. They are lost in thought.
Okay. As long as we get on, can you get that for me? I can't see right then. Thank you. I'll give it a go.
And maybe you could help me with what exactly it is. I feel like I'm matchmaking. What is it you're looking for in a patron?
One that will leave me be and only pipe up every now and then when it's really needed.
A strong silent type.
And hey, I've done it again. I can't see it. Okay. And one that isn't a giant knob would be great.
I shall retire to some books and see if I can guide you.
And one that has cool magic.
Cool magic.
And not cool as in like cool. Cool as in like really good.
So I've got strong, silent, very good magic. Any
Might
clue?
want to add in food obsessed.
That would help.
Food. Excellent. That should give me enough to be going on. Enjoy your meal. And she turns to the little librarian and kind of whispers a couple of words in her ear. And she says, "Oh no," and then they nod and they go to leave. And she's, "No, please stay. And there's no rush. We can take our time with this. Friends, shall we meet on the morrow? I shall have gathered books and scrolls with information of where to travel, and I shall have prepared my magic and the circle, ready to teleport you to nearby."
Okay.
I'm back, right?
Well, this is the problem. I will not be there to teleport you back. You will need someone who has the ability to teleport you.
Well, don't you have like a spare Bob around here that like can do that? Come with us.
The Bobs are all put to work.
Well, surely retrieving ancient books of like you haven't managed to get in your library is quite important work for a library.
You know, for a librarian, that's for heroes.
Why can't you be both?
She turns and looks down the row of Bobs that are
All
at the table.
studiously looking elsewhere. Ooh, suddenly very interesting. Oh my god.
They are do not appear to be the adventuring types. The Bobs.
I'm just gonna like pick the third one. How about him? He looks quite like healthy and robust. We can keep him safe.
The guy faints immediately.
Can you like teleport?
May I?
He just goes, I've read it. I've read about it. But I've never actually done it.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
May I pipe in here a little bit? Sorry. Killian is quite adept as well as Charles at magic. Is it possible a scroll could not be produced for the return trip? Since we are going back to a specific spot.
I could maybe teach Killian on the coding for this teleportation circle. Key for it.
By the way, no apprentice has to be risked on the battlefield if it comes up to that.
Are you up for that challenge, Killian? With such a hole in your order?
I say yes.
It's just a strange custom this Dragonborn has about them. I find them most, I don't know, fascinating. Aren't they interesting? Are you also fascinated? Is this the only Dragonborn you've met, maybe? Have you...
For me? Oh, no, I've met a couple, but I am not highborn. I am very, very lowborn. While I have seen many a Dragonborn and other such creatures plying the streets of modern Cell and the ice bridge itself, I never met one. This is my first Killian is my friend.
You all have a good one there. She nods at all of you, looking at Jackson, Perwin, and Charles. Anyway, I must go. I must retire and prepare my spells and prepare the circle.
Just quickly before she goes, is there any food left on our plate?
Yeah, she's taken like a flake
While she's sat talking, I'm just sat there pinching the food off her plate.
This further makes her kind of grin and
I don't even try to do it slyly.
Oh,
I'm
no.
just blatantly reaching over. Just like...
she kind of lays her hands on the table and just sort of stands and moves in that kind of like super smooth way that she drifts along and says, "Come to the library in the morning. I shall see if we can arrange a scroll. I will speak to Gretch and see if he has one in his stores, and we shall have everything ready for you by morning to help you retrieve the information required." Are you okay, Killian, Lord?
Oh, Killian's fine. I am very full. That was much
Day,
food.
night, and is there anything we'd like to do in the night times? While you're kind of retiring, is there anything we'd like to prepare for the morrow? Any spells? Out?
Are we going back to?
In
Yeah, you're going back to the yak.
Lady Trees, whatever. Yeah.
God, it's cold then.
Ah,
Going back to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be that guy and go. Clearly, I've forgotten to write something down. Or passed out at some point during the last game. What are we doing? I remember the discussion, but I don't remember this bit. It's like you're going in a circle. What circle? Okay. What? Hey.
The plan was that they offered you a way to maybe the information you uncovered, the information they were willing to divulge to you was one piece of information that you learned that you didn't know that was very revelationary, was that the king's son was a bit weird.
Shocker.
Do that.
Returned while his father was not comified.
Yeah, it looks like the son may have done something to make him comified. Yeah, right enough.
Possibly, yes. This is what you have inferred from this. Secondly, that they were willing to help where they believed there might be some information on how to control or how to adapt the crystal or the more. They gave you information about an individual called Blint Froxert.
Oh yeah, got his name down. Yep.
Yeah. Who was a rumored artificer many moons ago, who lived on the edge of the the location is now on the edge of the half expanse, the cursed or dead city of Jakarta, or Jakarta is said in different ways, and that's where they intend to get you near to, and hopefully give you directions on what you're looking for, and get you there to hopefully retrieve that information, bring it back for them to further study, and give them a leg up on this studying process. Jackson's argument was, why don't you just do the research yourselves? Their return was that we could, but it's going to take us a lot longer than having some of the data, some of the information already in front of us that's already been studied, and that we can kind of piece that together, hopefully, and recover it. And these fragments of
because don't you know it's a goddamn adventure game. This is a D&D game. It wouldn't be if it was that easy. It wouldn't be an adventure.
Yeah, that's it. You've got to go and do a dungeon run, okay? You can't just say do research.
Look, that's not how this works, and you know it.
6 months. We'll put our feet up. You do the research on the crystal. We've got tons of it. We can always go and beat up a couple of more people and get you some more crystals if you want. And yeah, no problem. Bob's your uncle. We'll be your crystal suppliers, and you can do all the research you like. Actually, you pay us to go get you crystal for the answers we want. How about that?
Yep.
This sounds awesome. Jax is well up for that.
Yeah, we're going book hunting instead.
Jax is just like, yeah, and what?
That is because that is how Jax will gradually twist this around and be like, so you work for us now, but you pay us?
I like to say win-win.
Well, actually, it was more you're working to save like everyone, but we're sort of spearheading that sort of resistance. I think it's all good.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it-
sorry. Is it tasty prep at first level without knowing the prestidigitation cantrip? You have the ability to chill, warm, or flavor a cubic foot of food?
That's the prestidigitation does that. Like literally, you can do that with a cantrip.
Funny.
Why is this being posted?
I was looking for possible patrons.
Okay, you've taken up the gourmet spell list. Who is this a homebrew?
I may be browsing some classes of Warlock.
It's all D&D Beyond, but yeah, it is
Interesting.
definitely
Mind of a mad cook. 14th level. Any recipe you knew the ingredients of. You can roll a history check.
The detail to our bonus action success, you can use the online to heal your
I think the other one, the next one's probably.
the Pact of the Glutton, as is more like it.
Pact of the Glutton. What on
See, a pact themed around consumption and digestion. No material is safe from your hunger.
It's all about
All about the eating, baby.
digest. Beginning of
right,
6 years, you can
today. Maybe not. Oh.
Absorb element, animate objects, consumption, entangle, hunger of hydra, immolation, insight, greed.
As an action, you can call forth an ethereal mouth in an unoccupied space within 30 feet of you that remains for 10 minutes. The mouth can be commanded to attack as a bonus action on your turn, dealing 2d8 charisma plus your charisma force damage on a hit.
Pac-Man. You summon
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
You can
Baka,
summon
baka, baka, baka.
well.
You're
On one
telling
side
me-
is that may be the more.
You're telling me I can summon a giant Pac-Man?
You can flavour it.
It'd be
up.
purple, but yes. It'd be purple. Eldritch purple Pac-Man.
Mate.
It'd be the
Give me
My God, it'd be the purple people eater.
Purple pimple popping.
That's exactly right.
Purple pimple bottom and time.
No.
Is there
Anyway,
anything?
moving on. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Thanks for that distraction, Jackson.
Are we doing anything at the night time? So we.
I would like to wander past through the little slummy area where our portal to our slit to the Fey is, and I would like to have a look and see if I can find our missing noble person.
Oh, little Jess.
That's the one.
Oh, tell me how you're going to do this, Jax. You've seen her once.
Well, I was basically gonna. This is Jax. He's gonna wander around, see who's around, and ask anyone who knows.
Ask.
Pretty sure she's like onyxy person, so I'm gonna sort of ask to be pointed in their direction first, and work that way. And when I think I'm getting close, I'll probably just knock on doors and be like, "Hello."
I mean, if you're really
Hello,
close,
we'd like to
knock
talk to you
down
about
doors.
Missing royals.
Yeah.
Hello, we'd like to talk to you about missing royals.
Well, actually, yeah. I'm probably not massively going to highlight that, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you move into that. There's a central area where there is a well that is frequented by these folk here. The lower end of society in Kcanzacks. They're not magical folk. The people that do the graft, the cleaning, the dusting, the rubbish out, and all that kind of things that wizards and mages don't have the time to do because they're too busy maging and wizarding. You come across a small market stall that is sort of just selling basic sort of supplies. There's some fresh fruit and veg, and it seems to be like about to be packed up as you leave Litiana's. You've had some sort of supper tea kind of thing in the late afternoon, and the conversations went on and gradually you filtered your way out. And yeah, there's a little market stall, and there's a woman tending to it, and sort of just starting to put stuff into boxes.
I'll wander up. What's she actually selling?
So there's a range of fruit. There is some like a dark like a malt bread on the thing. They look hearty, but quite a solid, dense object that's on
They
there.
look like they travel well.
Yeah. This looks like long-lasting, kind of traveling food.
And how many they got?
It's long-lasting for the fact that it needs to be long-lasting.
Yeah. How many have they got?
About 6 loaves left.
Cool. All right. Hello. I'm new to town. I was looking for someone called Jess who is around here with the Onyx people. I was wondering if you could point me in the right direction.
Oh, hello, my dear. Oh, Jess, such a tearaway. Always up to no good, that one. Huh. Yes. Around, yes, I think those gangs that they run with always trying to cause trouble, but there's no harm in it, I'm sure.
But you know where they are or where they sort of hang out.
Well, I've seen her round the back of the barbers, often hanging out there. I think I even saw her smoking.
Okay.
Across the square there. If you squeeze your way between that building and the one next to it, there's a little lane that you'll come into. It's hardly accessed between the tightness of the buildings, but it's there.
Okay. These like loafy things,
Yes.
they last long because we travel around a bit.
Yes.
Are they anything like croissant?
She picks one up and hands it to you. And Jax, even to you, this has got weight to it.
Sorry.
I'll take all of them, please.
Thank you. And she says it's a couple of silver.
Cool. I will cross off some money.
Okay, you can definitely tell she's not a true business person because you said, "Are anything like croissants?" And her answer is yes. These are expensive croissants. In fact, the rarest kind, and they're a gold piece each.
These are like ultra croissants. They're just croissants that are dense. Like all the layers have been compacted. Finally, this is actually 20 croissants in one loaf.
The equivalent of 20 croissants.
Yeah. The density equivalent, like the mass equivalent, the total mass of this is 20 croissants. So yes, it is exactly like a croissant, Jackson.
Brilliant. All right.
No.
I'll give them to Killian later. And head off towards the barbers in this side alley.
Good day to you. Good day, my lady. Good day, cleric. She says. And the rest of you, enjoy your evening. I hope it is most pleasant. Must pack and go and look after the children.
Here you go, Killian. I'm going to pass you 6 bricks.
Food bricks.
They smell good.
So whilst looking at Jax, I'm kind of like,
They last, so you can keep them in your pockets and like have cake brick when you fancy it.
Killian, you have just eaten.
it's taken fire. Like one of the corners, it's gone. Like,
Killian, your gastronomy will never cease to amaze me.
the rest of it goes in my trouser pocket. They're like combat trousers, so it's like.
Oh, yeah, you just got these long.
It's our plate armor, you know.
Oh, yeah,
Rum armor.
Your AC goes up by 1/2.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Fraction of 1/2. Next goes down though.
you find that there is
I imagine it's kind of like, you know, when you leave bread out for, like, you know, the
I can imagine your clothing's really itchy with all the crumbs.
Scales.
Yeah, fair.
it's under the scales. It's like when you know when you get lino, and there's like a gap between the lino and the door. Like, and it just gets that material that is like a combination
Matter.
between
Just matter.
matter.
Just matter.
Like the
Where's
bit,
it coming from?
the with
clothes?
now and I. Yeah,
I don't-
that's what you found. Matter.
Where's it coming from?
My
Oh, I'm
clothes.
dealing with it.
Okay.
We've been here too long. We should go outside.
I've got some very disturbing news. We've just run out of wine. What are we going to do about it?
I do clean my clothes.
Soup.
Killian, Norn, you clean
do I
your,
have soup?
not your scales, so
Coffee.
there is quite a lot of mud
I
there.
do.
You come across a porched building. It has an overhanging second story. On the porch, there is a chap on a stool, almost like a lounger of some sort. He has a hat pulled over his face. He has a beautiful set of moustaches and beard that kind of come down. They are white but perfectly trimmed, and the only reason that you know this individual is alive there ever so still is that every now and then it flutters a little bit as
That's epic. I love that.
no one pops bed.
Bed.
The only reason you know he's alive is sometimes his beard flutters.
Yeah, you can just see this.
It's just epic.
Everyone's been thinking that for the last 20 years. It's actually just the breed.
Yeah, he's a corpse. He's a corpse. He's been dead for several years.
It's got what's that spell that makes everything look just not dead, keeps him alive? There's a I've gone out of my head.
I know the one you mean, something rest.
Yeah, I know the one. It's a preservation one.
Yeah.
So you can resurrect him later.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
still, you're not rotting. Stay preserved.
What's it called?
Preservation?
Gone out of my head. Completely. Anyway, no, this person appears to be alive. The chest is moving up and down also as you pay more close attention. But between this place, which you can see inside, has a mirror set up and a rather immaculate looking chair and bowls of water and razors and scissors and things that all gleam and look clean and packed away, and a nicely clean swept floor. See that there is a narrow alley just about wide enough to squeeze down. It's not really an alley, it's just a gap between two buildings where the snow has kind of fallen in and was compacted here and there, and various bits of detritus have gathered within this space as well. What do you do, party?
I was going to have a look down the funny little alleyway and see if I can squeeze in.
Yeah, it's difficult, so you are squeezing in this moment. The squeezing wall. You're having to move quite slowly and in down this passageway, and you are able to squeeze with trouble down in between this space. Now, when you come to the end of this, at the end of the building, there's kind of like one of those strange things that occurs in architecture where there is a space where there shouldn't really be one. It's just that other things have been placed and it's created a void between buildings. It's not really meant to be there. It's just that where the buildings have kind of been placed and someone wanted this extension here and this extension there, or this particular shape on their building, it's left like a little section.
An unusable space, basically, shared by everybody because
cannot be used. And there is like weird things like kind of been chucked out of windows or bits of construction material, but you can see that there is a couple of crates with like a tarp pulled across it, like a piece of old blanket that's covered in snow.
Wasn't that bad before?
What have you found?
A blind alley type thing. I'm gonna poke around the top and things and see if there's anything underneath it.
You look inside, and an initial inspection. Could you make me an investigation check, and I'll tell you what you see.
Yes, an investigation check, you say, because I'm amazing at them.
And as you start investigating, you suddenly hear a boom beside you.
Double digits. 10.
10. Yes, just on. You look around and you can see that there is like someone has tried to set up a camp, a mini little base type thing.
Lean-to. Yeah.
A lean-to, and inside there are some sort of cups and mugs and things that look chipped and half broken. There is an old bottle of liquor, mostly drank. There's like a little tiny bit in the bottom. The label is faded and worn. And Charles comes and lands next to you, and he'll actually assist you in looking inside because he flew over the top and landed inside the space instead of squeezing.
That looks undignified. Whoop.
Okay. So I then roll with advantage.
Well, with an advantage, yeah, sorry.
Still 10.
It looks like a den. Looks like some sort of base here.
Not very well. Like that's not going to keep the rain out. It's going to like dribble down and things. They should go out and like live not in the city a bit and see how it's like living out there, and then they make better camps.
If they knew how. People born in cities don't know how to live in the wilderness, and they have no one to teach them. So you can struggle in a city or die in the wilderness.
How long do I reckon it would take to sort of rearrange this camp into a better design? Like
Come back and you've got wallpaper.
Make a survival check.
He's gonna.
He's handy Andy.
Yeah, a little bit.
On
I had him a hammer. I got a hammer. So
21.
21. Jax, do you think you could do this in probably a couple of hours? You can make this into a more livable campsite or like.
I'm gonna start
then.
boxes.
Yeah. What do the rest of you do? Is
look on and like bemusement. As Jackson basically does like extreme makeovers on a hobble. Might even lend him a hammer and some nails for my shoe fixing kit. Yeah, if there's a
Can I help him? Because I don't understand what he's doing, but I'm like,
oh, do I? I have no idea what he's doing.
He's doing something.
Yeah.
And Jax is quite smart. Jax knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I help him.
Against that better judgment, yeah, we're all kind of weirdly chipping in on this
okay
renovation.
Charlie will be like,
coordinator.
That'll look lovely. Just a little. Yeah, yes, that's it.
Charlie's doing the decorating.
Yeah, Charlie's kind of like, yeah, like the internal like decorate. I wonder if Charlie's got anything that he can lend to this situation that would
performance would work quite well.
Yeah. I'm thinking like, I wonder if he's got anything he can decorate it with.
Feathers.
Oh, I do.
What have you got, Killian Norm?
Mate, you just wait. I have got the most interesting of things.
Okay.
We go to a mill. We crush that red crystal we have into fine powder, and then we mix it with paint and like the best, beautiful.
We make our own devil pigments.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, our extraterrestrial devil pigments.
How can you absolutely insult them more? I turned you into paint.
No, surely you crush it into lipstick.
What are you doing?
No, I don't. That's a really bad idea.
Crush it into lipstick, then it looks a very pretty more.
Yes, all the unconscious people will be very pretty. What are you, the bloody Joker?
What were you doing then, Killian Norm? Please
go with a smile.
I've got a pocket watch with a broken hand.
Okay, and what do you do that as Jax is?
Just hang it so it looks pretty.
Okay, and he just spins and catches the light a little bit from one of the beams that Jackson rearranges. Jackson, you have made a beautiful hovel. As you guys are doing this, can Erwin, with your passive perception and you kind of lending a hand but mostly not doing this, you start hearing voices from down the alleyway which you came in.
I'll slink off stealthily to check that they're not being like surrounded by the city guard.
Okay, let's have a stealth check.
Cool. And I got 20.
You manage to glance down into the alley, and you see an individual matching the description that you've been given. And actually, you've seen Jess. I think you've seen them burst out of the place. They bumped into. Did they bump into
Yeah.
Erwin? No, they bumped into Jax, I think.
Yeah, they missed me. I missed that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you see an individual that Jax has maybe relayed to you. Tiefling, kind of coming down.
Yep.
They're kind of edging down, and they're edging towards you, but not really looking at you. They're looking out the other way that they came in, and they're intensely talking to someone else, the far side of them. That's also shuffling down this alleyway, like sideways, like this. And they're chatting away.
And I'll activate Owen Chats to grab Jackson, Killian, and Charles. Excuse me. Much as I appreciate your decoration skills, the person you're looking for is currently making their way down the alleyway towards us.
What do we do? Do we hide? Do we shout surprise?
I was going to turn around and go, hello.
They
I'm
stop.
still hidden.
They turn. They don't pick up Owen. There's someone in there.
It's all right. It's better now. We've been improving it. I'm Jax.
Oh gosh, if they've got in our base, they better not have. They march in furious. This person is full of anger. They march in and they have a dagger in their hand.
Nice.
And they march towards Jackson going, "What are you doing? Are you with them?"
Who's them?
The others. You know who.
Probably not. I'm with these guys.
If you're not with us, then you must be against us, or trying to hunt us, or trying to find us. What do you want?
Is this Jess that we're talking to?
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to find you. Because we're staying at the Yak, and like, I think you should probably go back there and do some more cooking and kitchen stuff. But I also want to talk to you about like the town too, because like it's a bit weird, and like you can probably do something about it.
What?
Well, like, aren't you? What I mean, so like you're like the next in charge, right? That's how your system works.
How does he know so much about you? There's a halfling, like grubby, next to him, like looking up, like, how does he know so much about you and what you do? You don't like telling people about that. I don't know who's been speaking about me. What if I am?
Well, then you might be able to like help the town and stuff.
Town's never helped me. In fact, I always help myself. Like this place.
Well,
What the hell have you done?
I've helped you because it's like better now.
They look round and they're like, they go and shake things. And
Rock
like,
solid.
yeah, and it's like, and they like pull on the tarp and it's like, it's actually taut enough and it's like, the snow is sliding off.
The rain slides off and doesn't.
Yeah.
fall
And like,
Channels, you know, yeah.
you did this?
Yeah.
He's very good.
I'm
Not
keeping an eye
bad.
out the rest of the alleyway for like backup.
Not bad. The dagger goes away. Not bad.
Well,
So who are you then?
Should we go back to the Yak and have a chat? Because, like, well, that's where we're heading anyway.
Treese doesn't want me there.
I'm sure she would think it's fine.
Treese thinks I should be doing stuff with Mum. Lady, Sletney, and I should be a lady Sletney along with all the other flipping Sletneys. I don't want to be a flipping Sletney.
But you are one, and you can't really change that. But you can do what you can do.
He's right, you know.
Well, I can't change it, but I can flip and run away from it. That's what I've been doing all my life.
It'll catch you in the end.
But like, if I understand it
Look
right,
at you. She looks at you, Killian. Who are you to tell me about running away?
That's a pregnant pause.
Killian. No.
Thought as much. A Norn. You look like one.
Why does everyone say that?
Because you look like one, I say from the shadows.
Who is that? That'd
No
be
one.
a friend, Owen, says Charles. How many of you are there?
Oh,
Yeah, four of us. We've travelled to Kcanzacks together. Ah. And what are you here for? Why are you come for me? Like, that's what I don't get. Like,
well, because we were talking to Trees and I can't think what the one-armed guy is called.
Ed.
Ed. And like, because Ed thinks you should be back there doing your thing there, and I think you should do what you want to do, but you could do better than like a crappy hovel here. You have
No.
a better hovel here.
I know what you're calling crappy.
Well, it's less crappy than it was, but it's still sort of, you can do a lot better.
Oh. Yeah. I like it much better now. Thanks. Well,
But like,
I suppose there's a hot meal back there. Are you coming?
You guys want to come and we'll buy you dinner?
She looks down at the little fella. She says, Beck, you coming? Do you say there's going to be dinner?
Yeah, I'll buy you dinner.
with us, there's always.
I'm going anyway. There's dinner, Jess.
There's lots of cheese. Big rolls of cheese. Lots of cheese. Big rolls of cheese.
It is good. It is good cheese, Beck. Well, I love cheese, so of course I'm coming, wouldn't I? All right, we'll come. Yeah, we'll come. All right, we're coming. We'll come back with you. So they proceed back out, and I just got. We'll be with you 1 second. We just got to get some things from the hovel.
Keeping an eye on them because they're gonna run away.
Okay. Do you guys start going out?
Yeah.
I don't.
I wait for them.
Okay.
I'm gonna start squeezing out because yeah.
And where do you wait, Killian? And where do you wait, Erwin? You're still kind of quite hidden.
Yeah, so I'm going to stay in the hidden area.
Okay. Are you? So the hovel. Are you looking into the hovel as they go in it? Or are you just waiting for them outside politely? Kind of, what are you doing?
The hovel area didn't seem to have an exit or other gaps, did it?
Jackson didn't find one.
Good point. I didn't look. So
Can I,
Keep
when
an eye-
they go in, can I kind of poke my head in after them?
hello.
Do you just be blatant and tuck your head in?
Oh yeah, like
You poke your head in, and they're pulling away an old tatty rug, and there's a trapdoor beneath it, and they've got their hand on the rung.
can I just walk in then?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tap on.
Oi, little privacy. Yeah, little privacy. Norn.
Where does that lead?
What's it to you, Dragon?
I'm just nosy.
Leads down, Dragonborn.
To where?
Beneath the city, of course.
What's down there?
Tunnels. Sewers. What else do you think's beneath the city?
But the tunnels, were they there to start with? Or did you do them?
Dig 'em. I think I am a miner. I think I'm a dwarf.
Hey,
What? Dwarves like mining?
wait, shit.
She's a tiefling.
Who?
Jess is a tiefling.
Oh, I'm not on about her.
The other one's a half.
Halfling.
No, I'm on about Mama.
Mama is a halfling.
Uh,
Oh no, Mama is a dwarf.
Yeah. Both Oosts.
Killian gets very offended at the fact that they say that you're.
I have a question, if you do not mind. I step out of my shadows.
Flipping heck.
Probably with my ethereal knife cleaning a fingernail, you know.
Oh, crikey, what? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that is cool.
That trapdoor, did you install it, or was it always here and you just built around it?
We built around it.
Have a look inside.
But what if we don't want you to look?
I hold up 2 gold coins.
They say that, at which point I just go, Jax.
Probably not worth 2 gold.
That's what I have in my hand. You want it?
Persuasion check with Beck.
Persuasion. I'm really not good at this. And it shows I got 6.
You got anything else? Might interest us?
I pull out 2 croissants.
What the heck is that?
This is the most amazing thing you will ever eat.
Looks weird. Why is it shaped like a horseshoe?
Because they're delicious.
Anything that's shaped like something from a horse's foot's probably going to taste like manure.
Oh,
At which point I stand on their foot.
One back to it.
And while they've got the mouth open, I shove croissants in there.
wow. That's new. Well, Killian, that's a new way of doing it. You
They are briefly distracted by croissant.
and choking.
Yeah, and choking on croissant. And Jess kind of steps away, like, "Hey, that's my friend." And he pulls she pulls the dagger again. Don't be being mean to my friend. Don't think we aren't afraid to defend ourselves.
I'm probably now opening the trapdoor because, you know.
She turns around and sees you open the trapdoor. Oi! What you see down below is like a stash.
Oh, okay.
Inside, like just down a kind of a short drop, you can see that they've put up temporary with like blocks of stone that they've kind of snuck from here and there, temporary little wooden shelves, and it is packed with contraband.
That's cool. I don't care. Is there any passageways or anything like that, like would lead away?
Yeah, it kind of drops down and then along.
Oh. And while she's there brandishing, I just drop down the hole.
Hey, what is this? You invade our personal space and come into our property, and you kind of the voice fades away. Do you want a torch?
I'm a goblin. We were born in the dark.
Bully for you. I'm a tiefling. Got the same stuff, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to show you the way, or are you going to get flipping lost down there?
I'm looking for symbols. Hang on. I'm looking around for more symbols, obviously.
Make an investigation check.
you can't be kidding me. I'm going to add a plus D8 to that. 20 in total.
Or 20 in total. No, but symbols of that you've seen for the sort of Onyx gang are
Nice.
littered throughout this space.
You Onyx gang then?
What of it? Have you heard of us? There's like loads of bravado here. Their shoulders go back and they're like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've heard of you. Good people.
Oh, is that what they say? What else are they saying?
That you look after your own. That you make good. You make sure you maintain good safe houses. Yeah, Trixie. I've heard a lot of that. You're smart.
Yeah. Had you fall nearly though, didn't it? Thinking that this was just our place above, and we've got down below as well.
Yeah. Not what I was looking for though. Nice though. Good system.
Yeah.
Not a question for you though, if you don't mind. I'll climb my way back out.
She even lends a hand to you.
Oh, thank you very much. I will accept the hand.
What then? Ask.
There's another group, an evil group, cultists that have wormed their way into various cities. So I get the voice back. Various cities. They have a symbol of a mouth and teeth. They've been spotted around the blacksmiths and elsewhere. They normally have their layers underground. We were wondering if you and the Onyx and your fine fellows of the Onyx gang may have come across such symbols since you purviewed the ancient tunnels so well.
Is it worth that 2 gold?
I'll pull out 5.
Sounds like a better deal all the time. And dinner?
Oh, you have to ask Jackson that. As the shadow appears. Oh, the sun's got in. Oh, hello, Jackson.
Oh.
Cold all of a sudden.
All right. We'll tell you what we know over tea.
Works for me.
And you squeeze out. They cover up and hide the very well hidden trapdoor beneath the kind of now slightly considerably upgraded disguise unit that they had built above to disguise the trapdoor that they had been built upon. And at that point, we shall take a quick break if everyone's called to do a break.
Yes. Better.
Yeah. What's the go do? You make your way back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. You make your way back to the yak. Jess in sort of tow, and she's talking to you, Owen, as they walk back. She's like, "So you're not from around here? Were you in a gang? You've been in a gang."
I was an orphan at an orphanage. My real parents passed away. I was left with some humans, and we did have some gangs hanging around, but they were doing lots of very nasty things, so I got rid of them.
What do you mean got rid?
I made it so they couldn't target the orphanage or the road. I taught them the error of their ways, in as much as they stopped coming round to recruit from the orphanage. The Maud boys, Ice Stones, don't know if you know them.
Not from around here. Are they?
They're modern style.
Oh, I've heard about some of them. They're supposed to be real bad, says Beck.
Yeah.
Ward Salling gang's supposed to be real tough.
They weren't easy, I admit. But no, I never was in a gang.
They eye you with an air of suspicion, but then kind of admiration at the same time. Gang beater. And they kind of have a little kind of like conflab as they walk along. Eventually, you arrive at the yak. Jess walks in, like you guys walk in, and Jess kind of just sort of stands in the doorway, like trying to look everywhere but towards the bar, and like is like shuffling the feet and like kicking the door frame a little bit, not looking. And as you walk in, you see kind of Trees look upon you, and then just cock their head past you. Just see Jess standing there. They immediately, without a facial twitch, climb down from the stool, come out from behind the bar. March directly.
Prepared to like intercept if necessary, sort of thing, you know.
March directly up to Jess, and Jess then kind of like catches them coming towards them, and then turns their head away, even more like towards the corner, like. And Trees flings her arms around Jess's legs and squeezes.
No.
Trees is a no.
Oh yes. Sorry, it's like what the.
Yeah. Just dives, rugby tackles her.
Yeah, straight back out the door. Whoa! What the hell?
does the hacker, just tackles her out the
Grabs
door.
her up, barrels her out, let's go. She's flying through the air. That doesn't happen. Okay. Hugging her knees, got it, right.
Yeah, hugs around the knees. Jess like stiffens, softens, then crouches on the knees and embraces this little gnomish lady and hugs her deeply. She says, "Sorry, Trees, for shouting." "It's okay, Jess. I can understand why you shouted. I can understand why you were upset. I hope you know that I mean nothing but the best for you. You and the others who have stayed under my roof, like Nanjala." I know, but it's hard. I don't want to be that lady, what you want me to be. I don't want you to be a scullery maid, essentially, at my inn for the rest of your life. You have so many opportunities before you, and I believe you're wasting them. But, because you see Jess start riding back, because it's the same old conversation. But. And even, you've probably never seen Trees backtrack on anything. It's always been very... But... if it's what you want, Jess, you are welcome in my kitchens any time. Now, are you here to fun or are you here for business? These guys are the boys. What? Sorry?
Yeah, cooking.
You're going to cook, Jess, are you? There's stuff that needs stirring, chopping. There's always stuff, Jess, that needs chopping. You know this. All right, then. You've still got my apron. Of course I still have your apron. It's been a couple of days, Jess. I'm not going to chuck everything away. All right. His head out there. Head's out there. All right. And they go kind of with, like, if the combination of having a slouch and a spring in your step at the same time to the back room. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, that exactly that kind of thing. And they make it to the room, and then Beck's just stand there. I'm still getting dinner, right?
Oh yes.
And he goes and sidles up to the bar, and Trees comes around the other side, and he just goes, A pint of your finest, then, please, Madam Treese. Treese climbs up the stool the other side to the halfling that's climbed up the stool the other side.
The difficulties of the short folk.
Get down. Go and sit in the booth. They're paying. It doesn't matter who's paying, Beck. You're not having a whole one. Go and sit in a booth. Fine. And you're settled down into one of the little booths and stuff, and you're sat with Beck, who's just sort of excited about his watered down
Margaret Shandy.
It's got Shandy.
For the younger folk, the not so harsh stuff, but it's good because it is alcoholic, so that most of the bacteria is dead within the
or drunk. Or drunk.
Yeah, essentially drunk. Anything you want to do while you're in the yak here?
Yes, talk to these people. They might have vital information. That's the reason why I paid them 5 gold. God damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah. So they sit down. Eventually, Jess returns from the kitchen, wiping their brow. They've got flour on them and things here and there, and they bring out some steaming pies.
Nice.
And lay them on the table in front of you. They smell a combination of some sort of rich meat and sort of cheesy crust that's on the top of them and stuff.
How many?
There's a few put onto the table.
A few. How many?
4. They're big. They're like,
So there's one for Killian, and we'll share the rest. Oh, there's a funny thing. You're on ice. You're on a snow. You're white dragonborn, correct?
This is correct.
Yeah.
Resistant to cold. Are you vulnerable to hot? I can just see you being like, I'm gonna get the bite.
I think like the cold cools it down. So
so you grab it and it's steamed.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I like that.
That's how I'm open. So like
frost hand.
When you put food in your mouth, you get this dry ice effect, like.
Yeah. So it's like everything is always the right temperature for me to eat it, even if it's just come out the oven, because I automatically.
Even if it's still already in the oven,
yes,
sort of thing. I love it.
It's the perfect temperature for Killian. Always.
Yeah.
Whatever you eat.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they can't eat ice because they turn into like ice fire and become like hard as steel. Gnawing on them like a bone.
So Tree sits with you and they start dwelling into his food, digging into the food together. Hearty meals shared around the table.
Cool.
Little Beck is enthusiastic about this.
I'll do the pie trick and cut the pie open with my ethereal knives.
It's so cool. Imagine having a knife all the time when even you didn't have a knife, Jess. I always have a knife back. I know, but what if you didn't have a knife? I suppose it is a pretty neat trick. Where do you learn it?
I learnt it from an adventurer who retired. I broke into his house and tried to steal his ill-gotten. I broke into his house once and stole some stuff from him. He caught me because he too was some master thief. But instead of killing me, he gave me the opportunity to learn, and I did.
What, like a proper adventurer?
A proper professional. A master locksmith, a master of knives, and a master of the mind.
You guys are, cool people.
Well, it comes in handy. We've been tested several times.
What about you? Or Jackson, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the master of giant magic.
What kind of stuff do you know, Jax?
I hit things.
Really?
Really hard.
What have
really hard.
What have you hit? What's the biggest thing you've hit?
That's a good question.
Probably a pudding person.
Really?
Although
Didn't you fight an army single-handedly once?
I scared off some bugbears. Well, we all scared off some bugbears. There was this monster that came out of the Shadow Plains that I had to tear that apart because my hammer didn't work on it.
And don't forget about that water elemental, Jackson, that you swam up.
That sounds very
That-
you.
That was fighting. Yeah, that was protecting Southgate.
You guys are like, you're like adventurers, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes. Not to spoil the fun a little bit, but I'm going to spoil the fun a little bit. The
I
tunnels.
lean in as you lean in.
The tunnels.
Yeah.
The symbols.
So, they look around conspiratorially.
Cool. I like conspiratorial.
We've never found any symbols in our tunnels, from what we've found. We did find a really smelly place. And then there was a big corpse of a thing rotting. It had a tentacle chopped off and it had a big mouth. And it smelled really bad. Near there was a tunnel. What looked like it had been melted and burnt shut.
Melted by what?
Don't know. Something really odd. It was all blackened and charred, and then the rock had sort of like tumbled in on itself. Like a little tunnel had collapsed with damage.
And how far away was this?
It's below the stuff feet as we speak, probably. I don't know exactly where.
Before tomorrow morning or tonight, could you take us somewhere there? Or at least point us in the direction?
Yeah, sure.
Worth investigating, just in case.
Yeah, I can show you. It stinks down there, though.
Yeah, well, can't be any worse than Morden, Sal.
I turn to Jackson. I go, tentacles.
Floated stone,
The
shaped stone.
No, the dead thing is the one that that was his dead beast that ate all the rubbish.
Maybe Jackson. We don't know.
Well,
If it is,
look,
yep, you're probably right, but we don't know.
All right, yeah. Well, you can use our tunnel.
well,
There's
isn't-
other like passages what come up sometimes, but
Yeah,
they're like normally nailed shut or they've been built on top of, and you can't get out through them.
we got the well over by where the cheese is stored.
Yes,
What you know about that?
Yeah,
I literally go. It's what we do.
Yeah, you can get down that way too.
what? And just sort of when like Jess has pulled out her knife a couple of times,
Yeah.
does it actually look a good knife?
Let's have a. Well, you're proficient in smithing. It looks a decent blade. It doesn't look magical in any way.
Oh my god!
It's finely crafted though.
That's cool. All right.
That's disgusting.
Your dog is gross.
We've got, we were talking about Slimer earlier.
Mhm.
We got some tendrils of yak going on.
Toby,
Yeah.
go
So
away.
you finished some supper, and Jess will show you back to where you were and lead you along some tunnels. There is
Rags, vinegar on them, just in case. Really bad smell. Shit like that.
the
Croissant rag.
Yeah. Wherever
Um,
What?
how
our
did-
filter of choice.
Yeah.
It's the look you gave me, like, seriously, it's Killian. Like,
Melora, Rag.
Got entire church under your nose. Charles, you got something on your face. I think it's a religion.
Oh, do I?
High religion under your face.
and then there's Jack's just like, what smell?
The air is fresh and fragrant. I don't know, may pass without my permission.
um,
Ah, ha, ha.
you look down on after walking through some sewage and through these bricked tunnels upon a pool within this space. You can see, if we're looking top down, you are kind of in the ceiling looking down, kind of God viewed onto this thing. There's a drop into the pool, and you can see that water runs from the pipe that you look down through into the pool below. You can see that there is an outlet to the right. It runs out to the right. You can also see that there are several smaller outlets coming out of a rock face, like solid bedrock, not brick built, but like pipes have been bored through it, and there's little ladders that go up, sort of maybe like inspection ladders, and to clear the grills that sit on the front of them. And then on the far sort of north, if we're looking down on this thing, it would be northwesterly corner. There is one that has been sort of destroyed. You can see it's collapsed. There's no longer a grid on the front of it, and it's kind of smashed and tumbled in on itself.
And there is this tentacle thing at the bottom.
You can sort of see through the murk the outline of something. Every now and then there's the effluent becomes more transparent for a second, and you can sort of see a murky outline, and as the ebb and flow of sewage kind of wavers out, you kind of every now and then get like the image of this thing's like an amorphous kind of tentacled creature.
And like sort of where we're looking down, how high is that downwards?
It's about 20 foot into a kind of a deep pool. You probably estimate that's probably about 10 to 10 foot.
Is there a place to attach a rope up here?
There is a manhole cover, like Jess had described before, with some rusted rings in it, a little further back along the tunnel.
I'll probably go and attach a good rope, and then so got some rope to go down. Not a rope to traverse.
Down into the space. This is not needing a check at all. What are we doing in this space?
I'm going to get the big Orby thing out and hold it out to Erwin to see if he can unlock it and bring my pink crystal stuff.
Yep, I'll do all this.
Okay. It is unlocked.
We're going to check for pudding person by doing the age-old, has it got red crystal crap inside it?
Yeah, basically.
We're going to do the magnet check. We're just going to rub it over it.
This creature has been long dead.
That's even better. That means that the red crystals will be easy to.
I'm trying to find the iron
filings. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Needle in a haystack with a magnet.
Dead.
Yeah.
There's no pull as you hover over the crystal over this thing. You can make a nature check, Jackson, to see if you see what it is. So you're closest to it. No, mind you, your water's here.
9, probably not.
No.
May I make a nature check just because it's funny?
Yeah, go on. Let's have 2. Well, I don't have an advantage or 2.
No, I go. Smell straight. Yeah, don't worry about it. That's not a problem.
It's a bird.
Yes, it might as well be.
And sort of like it's below the water. You can see bits of it are decomposing.
It's like it was alive.
It was alive.
I got that. It's organic. It's dissolving.
Moved.
It had bones. More importantly, it has bones.
Yeah, and so yeah, as you're down in this level now, you can see that a tunnel goes to your right and opens up into a slightly wider area. You can also see that as you're kind of Erwin, you're actually probably having to swim at this point, sort of.
Yeah,
Some
fair
sort.
enough.
The water is deep.
I'll probably ask Jackson to give me a carry.
Yeah, I can piggyback.
Yep.
Erwin.
You don't need to be back. You're a tall boy.
No, I want to carry you away.
No, you didn't get it. It was Jackson's ass because you do
Happy
with
to
that
pass,
position. That's
Erwin.
why.
Not a problem.
Pass an Erwin. Pass the
Pass
parcel.
And yeah, there's 3 vents up in the wall, or there were 3 vents up in the wall. Bottom one, as you look at the wall, this kind of rock face, which is kind of, you would assume that this is the bedrock that Kcanzacks has been built on. You can sort of see where the bricks are attached to this foundation. You see that there are some pipes being bored through it, narrow-ish, about yay big. As you look at them, and then there is a ladder that runs up to each of them, and like vents, like a barred cap to each of them. The 2 that you can see that are open. And the far right hand one, you see the ladder, you see the remnants of where it would be, and you can see it sort of collapsed and smashed and fallen in on itself.
Does it look deliberate or like a glancing blow from, say, a fireball?
Make an investigation check.
27. Got 19.
You look at this, Owen, and you kind of like touch the ash around it, like climb up the ladder and touch the ash and kind of sniff it, and you can smell that is of a magical nature. You feel like this passage may have been collapsed deliberately at some point.
Can I?
With the 27,
Yes.
do you smell, even through the bedrock that is collapsed, another scent? It's a weird thing.
Is it perfumey or non-perfumey?
It's not perfumey. It's very familiar though. It is.
If it's familiar, you can tell me what it was.
It's like you. You smell.
Goblin?
Yeah, you think goblin.
Jackson, you have your hammer with you.
Always.
Yeah.
Can I climb above the rock face? This thing. Can I get above it, essentially?
Yeah, you can climb up to a certain point until you get to the brick ceiling that is above the arched ceiling.
Yeah, but I can get above the melted.
Yeah.
Portal.
You can kind of get like, it's kind of flat to the rock face, but you could kind of sort of stand on a rock above it and kind of have it here beneath your feet.
I'll get one of my daggers and stab it into the thing, so I've got an extra hole just in case.
So you're up above it, yeah.
Give it a crack, see if you can't pop this cork.
Okay. So is it's all melted? Is it fused together rather than just rubbly
No,
stuff?
it looks like it's been burnt, and then the damage has made it fall in. It looks like a natural collapse. It's not fused in any such way.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to start hiking bits out the way.
Yeah.
I mean, how big are they?
They're not big pieces that have fallen in. I mean, the space is only yay big that you can go, but it's certainly goblinoid size, or small or medium humanoid could maybe squeeze down it a push.
Is Jess still up in the higher tunnel?
Yeah, they're looking down like,
What
what have you found? And what have you found?
Not sure. Having a look. This has clearly been done deliberately. Fireball by looks of things. Some form of magic. I smell goblin.
I
Is
smell
it
death.
just you? You smell
Can't
me.
smell yourself.
Huh? I can smell me. You stink, that's why. Shut up, I don't stink. And they start like punching each other.
Well, while they're preoccupied.
Yeah.
I will, yes, endeavour to try and start moving bits out of the way.
You move a few pieces and then are able to sort of see where the pipe is no longer, it is not longer blocked. You can see like the bit that is actually a pipe, and it goes deep and down. So it goes straight into the rock face, and then you can see it sort of turn downwards a little way in, Jax. Probably about 10 foot, maybe at 5 foot in, it turns down, but you are much too big for this space.
Get him on his bed. He's only there because he wants the food, Pete. He doesn't want.
Killian, do you have a rope?
Sorry.
Do you have a rope?
Yes.
Cool. Can I borrow it and your massive arms?
Yeah.
Strong arms.
Wow.
I'm going to borrow Killian Norm's rope, tie it around my waist, and then basically with dagger in teeth. Oh no, I don't need dagger in teeth. I'm going to shimmy down a hole with rope behind me.
The best thing is, think of it this way. You could do a very cool thing. You could smile, and then summon a dagger between your teeth. That is a very cool image. Like, hello, good afternoon. Like,
Bed.
What you don't know, I have a dagger between my teeth. No, you don't. Ting! Oh.
Yeah. That would be
Yeah.
such an awesome little bit of like
I
evil,
love
like this cool moment. Like, I'm unarmed.
Yeah. Even buck bare nude, I'm the most deadliest person in the like. I'm in prison, but you not understand that I'm not locked in here with you. You are locked in here with me. Daggers. Whoa! Shit!
Running around.
It's like that whole thing of like, oh, you don't
Ladies
have
and gentlemen, did you know that today I turned chaotic evil? Ching! Ooh!
Owen, you squeeze even with your small frame with some trouble down this piping and tubing, but
Follow the
make a
nose.
survival check.
Dear.
Which
This is not going to go well. I'm going to get D8 ready. Natural 20. 23 total.
You, as you go down,
Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
you see in the scorching
Mhm.
handprints,
Mm.
and you put your hand to them, and it's so similar. Not obviously exactly the same.
These handprints look like they've been moving or like scrabbling.
They look like they might have been there when something went off,
Ooh.
left the shadow.
Ooh. Something was hit. Some small creature got hit by the fireball. Carry on, go down. See if I can't find the person attached to the body, attached to the shadow.
You find no evidence of that, but you find yourself deep below Kcanzacks. You find a cracking in the pipe, like something has broken into the pipe line from the rock beneath. You climb into this piece that is kind of like that has cracked into the pipe, but the edges look too regular. The edges look mined as you go down this pipe and into this other section, and you find remnants of a table and chairs in a small room. You find some broken spears and very old rotting food, like an abandoned camp or an abandoned, looks maybe more like a staging ground.
So multiple cots sort of thing, bedrolls or spaceballs, such things.
You could see the space for them. You see like a camp has been hurriedly packed up and moved.
Where did they go, did you think? Did they come out this
You
way?
see that the tunnels go on further. Combination of mining and natural kind of formations move off beneath the city here.
I caught up the pipe. Literally. Jackson,
Yeah.
ask Jess whether or not the Onyx gang have any camps or hideouts, old or new, in this area.
I will relay the message to Jess.
And I will keep an eye, and I also look for Onyx symbols, just so.
Just the one we've got, the one we do.
No.
That's our only base.
Ask her if their rivals, the Eleuthen gang, if they know if they have them here or not.
Did the other gang have one here at all?
Not that we know. Not if they've got unless they've got a new one. Why is there symbols? Is there stuff there?
Are there symbols down there?
Somebody's built a staging post, tables, bedroll space. It's been removed in a hurry. Someone's tunneled into here professionally.
All right, hang on a sec. Killian,
Yeah.
you know you're making things big and small. Is that the magic that works or the magic that doesn't work?
Good question.
Very good question.
How if a Jackson-sized person was in here, would he be in here, or would he be a brick of a person stuck inside here?
It would be difficult with it. It's bigger where you are now, but again, still very stooped. But the piping is the problem. The navigable between.
Yeah, if he's being made small, he might be able to slow you down. But once it gets down here, it'll be pop.
I was waiting for the bleeding.
Jackson, if you're thinking of coming down here, be cautious. It's designed for small people.
That's why I'm asking Killian about making people small.
That spell don't last very long.
William. What's the crack, mate?
Concentration up to 1 minute.
Yeah.
But is it sorcerer or warlock?
I'm able to do it.
It is a sorcerer's spell.
Yes, it is.
Cool.
Do you want to make me small and I can go down and have a look? Or do you want to make you small because then you can make you small again to come back? Just out of interest, Killian, does it have a, if cast at higher level, you can affect more than one person thing? At the bottom.
In the spell description. Can we have an army of a tiny party?
What tiny dancers? Tiny party.
No.
No, you can't upcast it.
No.
Yeah, damn it. And how many slots have you got? You can only do one concentration.
Huh?
I was thinking, could you several times?
You know, it's only when due to concentration. But it is second level.
What do you want to do? Are you shrinking? Just
will...
Charles for fun.
No, for no reason. Charles would be like a gadfly.
For shits and giggles.
Right, Owen tiny.
He'd done that before. It was not fun. At the time, it was like 1 minute. I was under tons of rock. He's like, I'm going to die.
I'll make Jackson's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Jackson large or medium?
Medium.
Okay, fair enough.
I get large, but
Yes.
weirdly, I can go into the little tunnel, trigger my get large thing, which gives me all the bonuses of being large. But if I can't get larger than the space, I don't. But I get the bonuses from it.
You just get dense. You become like a stone.
Mighty Mouse kind of thing.
Yeah. That's kind of terrifying, actually. You're like, you're literally like ice. It's like contained.
And I will try and wriggle down the tunnel.
It's easy enough to find where, and Owen's little
There's a rope as well.
updates are monitoring you. Yeah, you find. Jack, can you make me a survivor check as you go down?
Survival.
Don't you ding ding.
15.
Nice.
You find a 15, did you say?
Yep.
You think there was a significant amount of goblin activity in this space.
Okay.
Maybe 10 to 15 goblins that were utilizing the tunnel back and forth, the piping.
How old do you reckon this is?
A few months, maybe. The reason that you can sort of tell it is because the marks are so stark on where the sewage doesn't flow and hasn't been able to flow because of the sort of the damage and stuff, that the handprints are just, you can make it out because of that. It's kind of almost not preserved. I don't want to say that, but yeah, it's not been disturbed. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, and then I can enter out into the dugout bit.
Into the dugout bit, yeah. You kind of enter into a more naturally formed cave, and then fissures and tunnels kind of go off from this space.
Does it look like they use some of these as sort of entries or exits of this place, or?
Yeah, you can see sort of like a cave network going beyond. I mean, you would think this is almost like an Underdark type kind of situation, maybe like an entranceway into the Underdark, or a way that the Underdark is kind of led up to here.
The Underdark. That's a provocative word to use.
It's underneath and it's dark. Okay.
You're not wrong. I hate that you're not wrong.
So they've not been here for a couple of months.
Yes, about the same time as our dwarf goblin friend killed his apprentice and fled.
Okay. I think because I'm going to be pushing for time, I'm going to get back out before I get stuck in here. Unless the tunnels are big enough to navigate as me, not little me.
The tunnels beyond would be, if it appears to open up and get more spacious as you go in, so becoming your normal size in this space will not cause any problem. Getting back is going to be the key, because you are now below ground for a very narrow pipe and gradually running out of time to get back to being normal size on the other side of this.
I will get back to be normal size in there, because I'm not really up for being stuck in tubes.
Understatement.
Was there lots of goblins here, Jess, like in the city before? Like the only two I know of, the guy that owns the magic trade place and the smith's apprentice with the good singing voice that got killed.
There's always been a couple in and out, but like, yeah. Oh.
But like a whole tribe.
Sorry?
Like a whole tribe, like 15, 20.
No. Never that many.
Okay. Because I think they were down here. I don't know what they were doing down here.
I don't know. We don't even come this deep. It's, like I said, smelly. It's always been smelly. It's got worse though since, well, whatever happened here. That wasn't always like that though, where you went down. That was a normal thing.
Yeah.
Then when we had it, when we were here before.
And looking around the sort of the bigger open room outside where the thing is.
I wonder if the monster's corpse is blocking the sewer and that's why it's not working.
No, because it was eating the stuff.
Yeah, but now it's just sitting there.
No, just rotting it. Yeah. I'm kind of looking for the Mori symbols, that sort of things around here?
Nothing that you can see immediately. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. There's nothing in this space now.
You know I'm going to have to sneak off. I'm doing that now. I'm going deeper into the tunnels because I can't help
You're
myself.
going deeper on your own.
Yeah, because I'm stupid.
Okay,
And-
on your own, you
and-
sneak into the dark, and gradually you guys realise that you haven't heard Erwin for a time. I'm going to have to go because my brain is starting to lag. So
No,
I
this is the
think
perfect time. Carry on.
as,
Yeah. Go on.
Wait, with loads of things. We found this thing, right? Yeah.
as Erwin sneaks off into the tunnel, you guys are the other side. Have you only got 1 second level slot?
No.
Ah,
Yeah.
plus one,
Yes, I've got 2 left.
2 left. You can send
Oh,
2.
that might not be a good one for Killian.
What's that?
I found another one called The Hunger. And
Apparently this food theme was actually quite popular in D&D Beyond.
there's 170 pages of homebrew
Bollocks.
Orlok patrons. And I'm like up to page 110 or something.
Still, I wasn't expecting one. You found 3.
The Hunger there's like 4 iterations of, but
Okay, all right.
so you can gain a benefit called consumption if you kill a creature with a class ability, yeah. And it definitely would not do for Killian, because when you gain the benefit of consumption, you no longer require food and drink for the next 24 hours.
No. The
Killian doesn't require it either.
Require. It doesn't matter if you don't require it. It just
If food is there, I will eat it, whether I'm hungry or not, whether I require it or not.
That's why the green one works so well with the Pac-Man.
waka waka. Yeah, I'm going. Sorry, my brain is starting to slow. So Erwin goes off in the tunnels. What are you doing? Are you chasing after? Are you shrinking people to go after? What's happening here, Killian?
We're going to let you. You're going to let you take John through a solo dungeon crawl.
I'll do that. Totally do that. I got no healing potions. Let's do this.
No healing potions. Your friend Erwin has mischievously, foolishly.
Oh yeah, totally foolishly. I found them all. How can you tell? It ate me.
I have a new plan.
Waka 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 waka.
Don't worry, that's just me.
My new patron, don't worry. It's not the law.
Chill, all right?
I found a new patron. Wacka 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 wacka. I come riding out the tunnels on top of a Pac-Man. Found your friend. Wacka wacka.
Yeah, but time you're the ghost, and it comes.
Yeah.
You.
There's only one thing we're afraid of.
Very small goblins with psychic knives.
Riding Pac-Man. That is terrifying.
All I can think of is like the neon as well. So like a giant 3D Pac-Man, but like neon and like shining, and just Erwin riding it, just like
yeah, like some sort of strange summoning from like a digital plane.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah.
It's Ready Player One, but weirder.
Are you shrinking people? Freeple?
Freeple.
Are you
Freeples.
shrinking anybody to chase after? What are you doing?
I thought I was shrinking. Yeah.
Jax has already been shrunk. Gone in. Come back.
Okay.
You got big again.
Got big again.
Have you got 3 more level 2 or higher slots?
Okay. So
How many slots have you got left? 2 or higher? Anything higher? Any higher level slots?
no.
You got level 2 slots, so you can shrink another 2 people. Who are you shrinking?
Oh, it's got to be you. It's got to be you and Charles Jackson be on the surface going, thumping the ground, going, "Can you hear me? Come, can you hear me?"
No, Jax is ready to break the ground if need be. Yeah, I'll shrink us too.
Me, Charlie, and Killian.
Yeah.
Okay, Jax, what's
I'm
the
gonna
plan with
regret
you?
this instantly, though.
I'm thinking this is a bad idea, but you know, whenever I let these two out of my sight, because A, they don't see in the dark, and
Yeah.
whenever they walk around in their little light bubble, bad shit generally happens to them.
You can always try and convince them not to and wait for me to come back. I'm the sensible one of the group.
Who's just run off on their own?
I didn't run off. I snuck off. I'm very stealthy.
Regular basis, and none of us can notice.
Yeah, true. Well, as far as they know, I do this on a daily basis.
Did you get through?
Owen stealthily untied the rope and left.
Well, that's rude, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You've got your rope back though, so that's not rude. You didn't take your rope.
Okay, that's fine. As long as he didn't steal my rope, it's okay. No, it isn't okay.
I tied a chair to it. Where you were going?
Well, we can go down there, but we'd have to find a new way out. We probably need to get the kids out of here because, like, we brought them down here, and like, if they get eaten by something,
hang on, they brought us down here.
Yeah, but they weren't going to come down here if we didn't ask them to. And like, if they get eaten because we're down here, I'm not going to be good with that. Because the only reason they're down here is us.
Fair, fair.
And back to the surface.
Okay. Are you taking the kids back to the surface then?
I can do, yeah.
Okay, so let's send it there with Jack's taking Jess and everyone back to the Jess.
I will ask you if they know any other exits near the smithy.
Near the smithy. Do they?
Good point.
Do they know an exit near the smithy?
I was going to ask that question, but this happened.
They don't know an exit near the smithy. They haven't found a way through the tunnels as yet to that place. It's like much of it has been unexplored. They've kind of got a little base and a little bit, and they keep doing excursions. They explain to you, but they haven't gone all under everywhere to everybody's toilet or everyone's trapdoors and things like that. So, so with Erwin sneaking off into the Underdark.
Okay, Killian, I'm not going far. I want to see where further it goes.
Killian and Charles shrunk, pursuing after, and Jackson taking the kids back.
No, I haven't shrunk me and Charles yet.
Okay.
Because if Jackson thinks it's a bad idea,
it's probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. But I am worried about Owen. But we'll listen. We'll take Jax's counsel, and we're waiting at the end of a pipe while Owen sneaks off below. And we're going to stop there because my brain is about to collapse in on itself.
Implode.
Yeah.
Have you drunk your healing potions?
Sorry?
I have never had any.
Are you sure?
The only last time I used a healing potion, I stole it from Killian and shoved it down his throat. It wasn't my healing potion, it was his. I literally have none.
I'm going to stop the recording.